A special celebration tonight for two of our colleagues. Bruce DePresent and Joe Zone are in Boston right now being inducted into the Silver Circle.
Yes, and we couldn't be happier for them. It is a very special honor recognizing 25 or more years of service in the television industry. And as you probably remember, earlier this month, we celebrated Bruce's 40-year career here.
He's one of a kind, that's for sure.
He is.
Tonight, though, we are taking a closer look at Joe Zone's career that's crisscrossed the country more than once. Our former colleague John Holt has a closer look.
If you're used to seeing your sports anchor doing scores and highlights, then this brief video of Joe's career might be a little jarring.
I'll tell you what, my kids would be crying too if they knew Daddy was stepping out on Mommy for the last 9 years. Hey, we had some paint hanging around from 1918 and we just wanted to get rid of it. Yes! That's my opinion. Now you got it.
Joe had no idea where his TV journey would take him. In fact, in those first couple of years in Syracuse, he didn't even know he was on a journey. All he knew was that he was on TV, and it seemed to suit him. An NBC talent scout thought so too. And in 1976, Joe found himself in Los Angeles as the weekend sports anchor at KNBC. He hadn't quite figured out who he was yet, how local TV worked, but he learned pretty quickly that the stakes were high. He lasted 1 year in LA, and for the first time, he found himself out of a job, 3,000 miles from home, and wondering what was next. Next turned out to be the defining decision of his career. He landed at WNEP in Scranton-Wilkes-Barre, a dominant #1 station, and where the ownership encouraged him to push the envelope. He didn't have to push it very long before a consultant recommended him for the new 7 o'clock newscast at WJAR-TV in Providence. He was there a year and spent the summer driving back and forth to Fenway Park to get Red Sox highlights on in time for the 11 p.m. newscast. One and done, and back at WNEP, where his sarcastic commentaries and outrageous antics made him a household name in the market. He was the most known and least liked personality. In 1986, WCBS in New York needed a weekend sportscaster. Joe was on the move again, but after just 2 months on the job, a 12-week battle with pancreatitis stopped Joe dead in his tracks. His journey almost ended right there in the intensive care unit at St. Luke's Hospital in Manhattan. When Joe's contract wasn't renewed at WCBS, he headed back to WNEP for the third time. In 1993, Good Day Chicago debuted a new morning show, and Joe was asked again to contribute some attitude and spark. Los Angeles in his 20s, New York in his 30s, Chicago in his 40s, and a whole bunch of everywhere else in between. Joe had learned by now that big market glory is fleeting. So when the Fox station in Syracuse was looking for a sports guy, he was eager to go home to continue his journey. Joe spent 9 years there, even anchoring the 10 o'clock news, before settling at the NBC affiliate as the sports director.
This is Anna, okay? Hockey, Anna. Now, put down the smelling salts and go give your fiancé a big hug.
And just when it looked like the journey would end, WFSB offered him the sports director's job in Hartford. Over the years, Joe's on-air delivery has softened as society's sensitivities have hardened.
Ooh, this is nice.
He spends his workday now shooting his own video, covering high school sports with the same passion and dedication as he did covering Syracuse's first national championship in basketball or Michael Jordan's baseball experiment. His approach is still the same. Spend a lot less time worrying about where you're going and enjoy more the getting there.
I love it.
Yeah, that was great. We sit next to him every night, and a lot of that I had no idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. And looking at him from all those years back, I just love it.
Well
you look the
deserved.
same, Joe.
Well, the ceremony gets underway in about an hour now.
Yes, and of course, we will bring you much more from there tonight on Eyewitness News at 11.